Hello, people, and welcome to another edition of yours truly, Josiah Willis. Here today with another reaction, technically review. Sorry, I messed up. Either way, we here to review the movie Morbius, released around on April. Was it April 1st, bro? It's April 1st,
Oh my
2022.
god.
It was literally April 1st. Oh my god, I'm tripping. Okay. And by the way, I have a very special guest with my guy Colin. The reason I am laughing right now, even in the beginning of my doing my shtick with the intro, is because man, we have to review. Oh my god, the truth about this film. All right. So before we get to it, you guys, first of all, I want to like, did I introduce? Dang, now I'm stuttering because I'm so excited. Did I introduce you, bro?
Yeah, you got me in there.
Okay, there you go, bro. Say hi to the people, man.
Hey, I'm Colin.
He's Colin. But yeah, before we get to it, like, comment, subscribe, and views. Put your minds out there. All right. Anyways, so let's get to this Morbius film. Jesus Christ. All right. So for those that do know, Morbius is a superhero film. It was, it starred Jared Leto, you know what I'm saying? What we thought, Jared Leto, by the way, to commend him on his performance, thought he did a great job in spite of some of the film's direction. I thought he did a great job. Was it outstanding? You could debate about it, you know what I'm saying, being, you know, either outstanding or that Matt Smith may have given him a run for his money. I don't want to do that. But I do think that at the end of the day, he did a really, really great job. Definitely a far cry from when he did the Joker. But that's just me. That is just me. Okay. Also shout out to Adria Arjona. I think she played his love interest. She did a good job. I thought she did a good job. She played her role very well. They brought in Tyrese Gibson. He had somewhat of a very. I don't think they showed Tyrese in the best light here in that film. Just being honest, I don't think that he really was shown his best light because he didn't really do much other than just being like some cop investigating, you know, Morbius himself. Michael Morbius is the title character. So yeah, man, this basically is about a film regarding Morbius and his surrogate brother, Milo. They become living vampires after curing themselves of a rare blood disease. Of course, we know in the film, if you haven't seen it, sorry if we're going to spoil, Milo ended up becoming a bad guy. He became the protagonist, the antagonist to Jared Leto's, or Morbius' protagonist. You know, you get my point. Anyways, now we're going to talk about the box office success or bomb for this film. Okay. Well, before I can go ahead and shed light on it, I will go ahead and, you know, offer the floor to my guy Colin over here, and he can describe in detail, full detail, as to what happened, and yeah, floor is yours.
I mean, basically, there was a whole bunch of nonsense at the start. He took a serum, became a vampire. His friend found out that Morbius had gotten healthy from the thing and didn't realize the side effects. Stole the serum, became a bad vampire, started killing whoever he wanted, and basically it all ended in a fight against each other to rid his friend of being a vampire, essentially. They had to kill him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Post-credit scenes did have a few other things, and the ending was a bit weird, but...
Definitely left you scratching your head, because I remember you being like, when we saw it in the theaters, I remember like, we literally saw it in theaters. If y'all follow me on my Instagram, y'all can see the post where me and him, you know, I took a selfie of me and him just like wilding out at the thing. We was excited. We went to go see it. I probably spent some food over, probably eating regarding around 30,000 calories because I eat too much. But that's just me, and I digress. And I thought it was going to be a really good time. I thought it was a really good time either way. You know what I mean? The post-credit scenes, when I think about it, from how it showed then, definitely left you scratching your head completely. I have no idea what was that scene about. Were they really detailed? Of course, I do know the character that came in that met with Morbius, but it still left you like, what's going on here? Like, where are we getting at? Is he an anti-hero? Is he a superhero? Is he a supervillain? Like, you know, it's still leaving you with questions more than they are answered. So yeah, man, the post-credit scenes definitely left you thinking about some things. So from what it says here, okay, all right. So I asked Colin to go ahead and do it, but Colin's being very nonchalant right now. He's being kind of a little nice, but we're gonna go ahead and get there. And I'm not gonna be negative. Trust me, I'm not gonna be negative here. It said the film was a box office bomb. It had grossed over 163 million worldwide and received largely negative reviews. With criticism toward its writing, the visual effects, and the post-credit scenes, as we just mentioned not too long ago. Though Matt Smith, who played Milo's, his performance was received some great praise. He got some great praise for his performance. Thought he did an excellent job as a bad guy. Was really, really, really good. So let's go ahead and get to the takes as to what critics were saying about this film. All right. Okay, here we go. So Rotten Tomatoes said this. Cursed with uninspired effects, rote performances, and a borderline nonsensical story, this jury mess is a vain attempt to make Morbius happen. Sheesh. All right. It ranks as the 17th worst reviewed superhero movie on the site. Gee. Woo. Okay. All right. Okay. Dang, bro. It was given a C plus when it came to an 80 scale. That's not bad. It's average. You know what I mean? It was said to be the second worst of any Marvel adaptation since Fantastic Four. And by the way, Fantastic Four, you guys, was bad. I'm sorry. I love the original one. Shout out to Jessica Alba. Shout out to Chris Evans, by the way, who later will go on to play Captain America. Nobody thought he was going to pull out playing Captain America after what he did with Human Torch, because they was like, nah, not him. But he killed it, just like, I'm going to throw this in there to get Colin a little bit pissed. Just like how Robert, what's his name? Robert something, did very well playing the Batman earlier this year, but Colin does not agree. He's going to let me know.
Pattinson was horrible. We're not going to get into that here, though.
Robert Pattinson. I forgot his name. Yes. Oh God.
Horrible.
So yeah, man. Let's see here. What else do they say? Somebody called it, Barry Hertz of the Globe and Mail panned the film, saying it was charmless, incoherent, ugly, and so aggressively stupid that it defies any attempt to shove it into the desperate guilty pleasure. What did it say? Box. Okay. Wow.
Jesus, dude.
Bro, I ain't gonna read no more because I don't want to be too negative. I have people be like,
Did you mention the budget of this film as well?
Yes, I did. It said it grossed over 163 million worldwide.
Yeah, and it spent 75 million to make the dang movie.
Yeah.
So they made nothing on that movie. They made basically nothing. Well, Top Gun spent 15 million and has already made over 300.
Right, man. Oh my God.
This movie tanked. Just tanked.
Okay, all right. So let's go over how we feel about the movie. Did it deliver or not for me? Okay, so for me, I know Colin's gonna give his take right quick, but for me, I'm gonna say I thought the movie did deliver in terms of. I think Jared Leto is an underrated actor. I think he's really underrated, and people don't give him enough credit. I think he's really, really good at method acting. As a superhero, he can do well probably doing it. Maybe if given a chance, if not Morbius doing well for him, perhaps another superhero. I thought he did good. I think he still did a good job playing Morbius, though. I thought, the vampire scene, the transformation into that was really dope, was awesome. I figure, the backstory of him and his friend coming together was nicely touched. It's just that they at times left you scratching. Like, I'll tell you this: the trailer to Morbius was far, far better than the movie itself.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's where I have to be honest on it. And I'll tell you why. Because the trailer left you wondering, man, Jared Leto's about ready to kill it. Because you saw me and Colin's reaction. If you guys have not seen it, Colin said it himself. He wasn't being just this negative Nancy. He was letting it be known to you guys, like, yes, this is going to be, it should be a great film to watch. And me and him said, we're going to automatically go see it. But then it got pushed back. And then it got pushed back twice. Probably even 3 times. I don't even know. Did they get pushed back like 3 times or something like that?
I think it happened. I think it got re-released 3 times, but I'm not positive on that.
Crazy. I think they started releasing it around in Mexico was for the first release, and then they brought it to the States.
Yeah,
That's what I read.
It was a whole mess from start to finish.
Okay. But other than that, I thought the trailer, like I said, was dope. I love the trailer where it shows him talking about, I'm Venom, and that dude's like, he's like, no. He's I'm just playing. I love that, but they didn't incorporate that into the film. I probably have to watch it back, but I don't think they ever incorporated that into the film. Not seeing it in the theaters at all. So it really bugged me out about that. But yeah, Colin, go ahead, man. The floor is yours once again.
Honestly,
How did you feel about Jared Leto's performance?
I mean, the trailer was amazing, but they just got rid of so much.
Yeah, they did.
There were hints of Spider-Man in it. There were hints of, there were scenes that were totally removed, scenes that didn't even make sense in the end. Like the end, like the first scene was him like putting his hand in front of a bat cave, and that didn't even mean anything in the end.
I was weird about to get to that.
It didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a completely meaningless scene that it seems like they filmed it and were just like, I don't know where to put this, so they just threw it in the front. It's impossible to follow because I don't think they actually knew what they wanted to do with this movie the whole time. I don't think they know where they wanted to go with it or what they wanted to do during the movie.
Yeah, you're referring to that scene where it's like he cuts he has his hand out, right?
Yeah.
I know. And he cuts his palm and he puts it by where the bats are coming through. And it's like, okay, so he has an attachment to bats. But they don't go into the details about him having bats until like after he gets hit with that serum that the girl had put him in. So it was like it was a complete disconnect because if you was to show that, you should have showed okay. You could have been like, all right, this happened like 17 years ago after so much on that, right? And then we get to the backstory of how he became, and he can narrate how he got there if you wanted to go ahead and show that scene in the first place. So it was just what it was going on. Like, I don't want to also give the criticism mainly towards the performances of the actors and actresses. I thought they all did a fine job. They did, great jobs honing into their roles. I think the issue with the film overall is the direction it went to. Like everything. Yeah. From the visual effects to the fact that they did just the scenes, the plot was a little messy. Matter of fact, you, Chris, has applied when we got into the whip. Let them know, bro.
So it was so all over the place. I mean, even from the first scene, like it just went nowhere. The first scene clearly didn't matter at all in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
And not to mention, like, the whole how he gets to be it and how he uses the powers and learns and all of it. It's just, it's not reminiscent of any Marvel character that I've ever seen ever. And that's not exactly a good thing.
That's sad, man.
I don't know who this director is. It says Daniel Espinosa directed it. I'm looking at his movies, and I haven't heard of a single one he's ever directed.
Well, let's see what he's done. He did the movie called Life in 2017. Have you seen that?
Nope.
Child 44.
No, I don't think I've heard of a single movie he's done.
What about Safe House?
Movie tanked too. Life tanked. I think Child 44 tanked as well.
What about Safe 44?
No.
Sorry, not Safe 44. Safe House.
Yeah. Child 44, budget of 50, box office of 13.
Wow, yeah, he don't got that many films like that.
I feel like I don't think they were serious about this movie. Honestly, I don't think they were actually trying
No.
to. Basically, a meme of trying to bring Morbius to life. This was just a mess from start to finish.
Well, from what it looks like, I guess he was in talks to also direct Assassin's Creed, but you already know that got taken by somebody else.
Yeah, no.
Um, yeah, man. He's from Sweden. You know, the man is in his mid 40s. So he's been out since I want to say his first film came out in '03, and he is just now kind of like getting some of his big break in 2022 this year with Morbius. The only thing is, it's not hitting on all cylinders at all.
Yeah.
So he definitely, messed up. But I think it'll be a learned lesson for him to take better direction when it comes to his films. Going forward, if he does, direct another film, probably after this. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So let's go right here and try to bring some positivity to what we liked about the performances of the actors and actresses. I want to give them some love because I don't want to be entirely critical of the film. I thought the acting on here, as far as it being displayed, wasn't quite that bad for what they were trying to tell. So let's start with, of course, Jared Leto, who plays Dr. Michael Morbius, scientist / vampire. His character, for what it was detailing, showed a young boy who developed a rare blood disease, and alongside Milo, he was there when they were the boys. They were his best. He was his best friend, literally, and they came up together. And as time went on, I guess Milo grew jealous of him, his success, him being a scientist, him becoming able to, not be sick no more. He wanted the same thing, but the only difference between him was Milo took it as I want to go about my direction. We'll get to Matt Smith's performance in a minute, but let's go ahead and get to Jared Leto right quick. Colin, what's your take on Jared Leto's performance?
I mean, I just feel like Jared Leto keeps getting caught in these like god awful movies, and he plays the parts well. He does. The parts aren't good. It's just like
okay.
Like I mean, Joker being an obvious one. His Joker was written terribly, but he played it perfectly. He played it as it was written. It was just not a good Joker. And then this is just not a good Morbius, honestly.
Yeah, man. It's like when I watch and I'm not trying to I'm not sure how much you watch professional wrestling, but it's like when I watch WWE and sports entertainment. If you watch WWE, Vince McMahon is he's chopping at the bit to give you a character. Back then, I don't know if you realize this man who now is going under investigation over some charges. I don't want to talk about it all. That's zip. But he's actually going through. Back then, he used to go through a process of putting out characters. This man is based upon characters. When you think about Hulk Hogan, you think about Macho Man Randy Savage, you think about Jimmy Superfly Snuka, you think about Andre the Giant, right? But there were also some characters that were mixed in that were really, really bad. I'm talking about bad. To a point where he would have wrestlers come in and one wrestler would be like, I'm a dumpster turned professional wrestler. He's worked for the dumpster and then he's turned into a pro wrestler. I kid you not, bro. It's literally bad characters. But there were some characters who were deemed bad at first and they end up becoming a staple. They end up doing very well and eventually they did become successful, however, not quite up to the success as they would have probably had hoped, but nonetheless, they are still an integral part of his company. I do feel Jared Leto is, once again, not your fault, bro. Not your fault. You did your thing. Acting-wise, I thought, you took it to a good level, a solid level. Could there have been more? Yes, I think if there was just a little bit more, I think Jared Leto's I think part of the reason why his performance didn't quite go too well was because he was too serious. He may have been a little too serious throughout the whole entire film. Like, a little too serious. You know what I mean? Without thinking about it now, because there were moments in time where I'm like, okay, can we ease it over a little bit? Can we bring some funny sides to it? Like, okay, I know you guys are probably going to get upset with me by saying this, but I'm going to just point out how I feel, okay? To me, the Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, everybody's going to be so upset when I say this. The Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man film trilogy, in my personal opinion. Why? I'm a little biased. Part of it is because I'm a little biased. I'm a 2000s baby, so I grew up on that, okay? 2, I love Tobey Maguire's performance of Peter Parker. And then 3, the build, the overall build to Spider-Man. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, they mentioned that this film was the second worst film behind Fantastic Four. Now, for those who have not seen Fantastic Four, I'm sorry for spoiling this if you're here, whatever. Fantastic Four was bad because instead of actually building, they did build up to where the characters would find their superhero abilities. But as time went on, they didn't do more of them having an actual clash up until the end of the film. Which means you don't see the group of the guys fighting other enemies before they fight the ultimate villain. That is what it's supposed to be about. You don't have, like, you know what I'm talking about, Colin? Like, when you're doing a superhero film, you shouldn't fight the ultimate villain by the end of the film when you start to fight already. No.
Right.
Fight minor villains, build up to it. Spider-Man was a great film. The first Spider-Man was a great film because they build not only Peter Parker, they build, shout out to Willem Dafoe's, Green Goblin, where they didn't automatically just fight each other. They had run-ins with each other, non-stop throughout the whole entire film, including that great scene where he's like the devil talking to Jesus, and he's telling Spider-Man, "Join me. I'll give you all this if you just join me." And Spider-Man's like, "No, you're evil," and he's kind of like a little wonky because not wonky, but he's a little like off because he got the smoke all over his face. And he can't really move and process his body for real because Green Goblin got him under his control. Like, come on, man. Right. Just stop being a good Spider-Man all the time. Just join me. That was a great, great part. And then they didn't go into automatically, okay, let's have them fight. And then it's over. No. It's build. And technically speaking, why it was also great too, he didn't kill his father. He didn't kill Harry's father.
I mean, basically, you just have to have a story.
Yes.
You have to go somewhere with it. It can't just be, one villain. It can't be just one thing, and there has to be somewhere to go after the movie finishes if you want to have any success. And it can't just end halfway through the movie.
Yeah, and that's why Fantastic Four did bad. That's why the Power Rangers did bad. Let me not go there.
Right.
It's not even Marvel related, but still, that's why it did bad. So yeah, like I said, Jared Leto could have been a little bit more. He could have eased up a little bit in terms of being so serious throughout the whole entire time.
Oh my god!
And just
he's such a diva, dude.
Yeah, just bridge it a little bit, bridge the gap a little bit, right? With that being said, now let's get to Matt Smith. Ooh, like I said, may have given him a run for his money. I'm sorry, Matt Smith did his thing playing, Milo, man. He did a good job. He was known as Lucien/Milo. Pretty much his surrogate brother, but like also like a guy who's his best friend and even fought for him too. Okay, now what's your take on his performance, Matt Smith's?
Matt Smith's performance was awesome. I have no comments. Like, it was just a really good performance. He played the villain perfectly. I mean, even his villain character looked better than Morbius' character.
Yeah.
Honestly. Just overall, he just played his part better than Morbius, or better than Jared Leto did. And not exactly sure how it got to that, but his character just felt better overall. It seemed like he fit the part quite a bit better.
That scene where he goes to visit him in prison and he tells him, like, get out and all this other stuff. And he's like, all right, man, okay, all right, I'm going to be out. And then it's revealed that he actually is the vampire. He's also a vampire himself, and then he's like transforming, and he's all cocky, and he ain't got to worry that cane no more. Like, bro, it was just like brilliant, and
Right.
he was in a lot of ways misunderstood because the way he took it was, man, we could do this, we could do all this, blah blah blah. The problem with him, however, was it was the same issue with Eric Killmonger and Black Panther. They want to take over a hierarchy. And his
Right.
biggest issue was, I want to take over the world. Come on, Morbius, let's do this together and blah blah blah. And we could just kill everybody and rule the world and blah blah blah. It's gonna be just me and you. And it's like, no, bro, that's just too far off of where you should go, right? That was his problem, and ultimately it became his downfall because he wanted too much. He lost too much power.
Right.
What did you think about that fight sequence they had around that train area? That was awesome.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
One comment: the flying looks really stupid. Fight scene was cool.
Okay.
Everything but the flying. The flying just looks fucking stupid. Pardon my French.
Okay.
It just, I can't. You can follow the fight scene without paying attention to the flying, but it just,
Sure.
it looks so gross.
Yeah, that's and goes back to the visual fast criticism right there, man. It's just, yeah. I can see why. I can see why. I don't necessarily know if I also fully agree with that, but I can see why. I don't know. To me, it just looked really killer. Like when I saw it in the theaters, I thought it was pretty killer. It was a little top notch. It wasn't like mind blowing crazy, but it had its moments when it did justice. You know what I mean? I will say one of the scenes that I thought was a little corny was him talking with the girl he does the lab stuff with, right? That scene on top of the building where it's like they talk for a little bit and he like tells her to close her eyes and some other stuff, and then he kisses her. It's like, why? Like, were y'all ever meant to be a boyfriend, girlfriend, and everything like that? You close her eyes in order for you to kiss her? Like, I thought I was a little cringing about that. Like, oh, okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. Huh?
That was corny as hell.
It was corny. It was corny.
That was just...
It's because it's like, that's like me saying, hey, girl, come over here, bro. Like, I like you. But me and you supposed to be like best friends. We work together. And come here. And you come here and you close eyes and I just kiss you. And instead of you saying, hey, like, hey, I don't like you like that, and then you come back to try to kiss me, that would probably make sense. But you didn't do that. You just prolonged the kiss while I'm up there on top of the New York. I don't know. But yeah, man. With that being said, no offense, let's talk about Adria Arjona's performance as Martine Bancroft. She was also a scientist and Morbius' colleague in the film.
I mean, I didn't... The character was all right. She played the character pretty well. As far as I can tell, I mean, I didn't... nothing exceptional. She was a side character, so the fact that I didn't remember is probably plays a part in how well she acted in it. I mean, I didn't really pay much attention to her, honestly. She just... main character being Morbius is really who we look at, and just the side, like, scientist is usually just tossed out in these movies. Came back in the end, kind of threw me for a loop.
I will say, if there was one thing that was glaring that I did notice about her performance was, you could make the argument that she was emotional. Like, when I mean emotional, I think, she displayed vulnerability and sympathy. And she was, what I admire about her performance was that she was, maybe entirely, but she was sympathetic towards Morbius. Like, even when he transformed into a vampire and she was in the hospital, she didn't take it out, oh, you killed me, you almost killed me, I don't want to be friends with you no more. Like, it was automatically like, oh, I still got love for you, I forgive you, it's fine, like, you were under control from a different disease. It's not your fault. So even that is a little kind of wonky. But still, I admire the pull of, at the end of the day, it's all good. We good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just me. I mean, I'm a realist, so I don't know. Uh, Jared Harris played the mentor and father figure for both them. Remember, and then Milo.
Oh, he was
ended up-
awesome.
He was good. He was really good.
The father figure
Underrated,
character
too.
was a really good character.
Mm-hmm.
They nailed that part.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yeah. Would you say he was kind of similar to like the Batman's like what's the Batman's mentor or
Alfred.
like? Yes. Would you go as far as call him like the Alfred of Morbius?
It's different, but I could see how he plays a similar part.
Okay.
I mean, if Morbius was good, maybe I'd be able to put some more parallels there.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, the father figure. I mean, they've nailed that character. It's a pretty good character.
Okay, and then we'll talk about the last two characters regarding Al Madrigal, who played Alberto Al Rodriguez, and Tyrese Gibson, who plays Simon Stroud. They are both FBI agents. I think they were hunting Morbius, you know what I'm saying, basically, and trying to figure out where he was going. Tyrese didn't do much. I don't think he really do much for real. I mean, it's surprising because you would think like, hey, this guy did Fast and Furious. It was like,
yeah, I feel like they paid far too much for him, and that's probably part of the reason that they didn't have. They spent so much budget on this film is they just got a lot of high list actors that just didn't. They didn't have any money for the plot.
Man, I'm so mentally drained
a lot of
about
big
now.
names here. I mean, Jared Leto's one of them. Michael Keaton's probably got paid an insane amount.
He made a cameo.
Probably got paid a decent bit. Tyrese, I can't imagine he got paid anything less than $2 billion.
Yeah, man.
I mean, all of these are easily recognizable characters. Like the first 8 actors on this cast are just easily recognizable from other movies I've seen. Just the fact that any of them got in this crash test of the movie is impressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I say, and with that being said, the best performance throughout the film has to go to Matt Smith. Matt Smith, going forward, did not only an amazing job, but it was well done in the sense that, you know, coming out of doing that film, if you need somebody to be your next villain in a Marvel or DC inspired movie, he's your guy. He's definitely your guy. One movie I am looking forward to seeing, hopefully it does not do too bad, is Black Adam. That's with Dwayne Johnson. He'll play Black Adam, a.k.a. The Rock. I saw the trailer to that with my brother, and let me just tell you, it's awesome. It's thrilling to see. What do you think, Colin? Colin, you're making that face like, oh no. How do you feel, bro?
Black Adam's going to be a weird character, man.
He is going to be a weird character.
I think the movie's going to be cool, but
okay,
they're on rough waters choosing that character for a movie.
Yeah, but hopefully this can be the What's up?
Sorry, my internet was just being
you're fine.
Interesting.
I was going to say, but they could probably take it to newer heights, given that there is some negativity towards DC as well. I mean, the Batman movies always say for another sequel. You got, I don't know. I think, because me and my brother, we saw a trailer, and I was like, man, like, there was a scene where he, like, hits the plane, like, while flying up. I was like, bro, that's awesome.
It's such an Iron Man ripoff.
You think
they ripped it right out of Iron Man. Like, right out. It's such a ripoff. That's all DC's ever done, is just rip right off the good movies. Like, I just stop.
Yeah, I feel you. I didn't catch it being like similar to Iron Man until you just mentioned it just now. That's funny.
Jesus, dude.
Right, man. Shout out to Robert Downey Jr. Love Iron Man. Still upset that they killed him, but you know, either way, I still love Iron Man. I love Iron Man, man. That's my second. If I had to go, like, Spider-Man's definitely my most favorite. Spider-Man is my most favorite Marvel superhero. When it comes to DC, people always ask DC between Batman and Superman. I pick Superman all the time. love Superman more. I do. I just do. I know Batman gets more films done for him and more shows done for him and just literally everything. But Superman to me is just my favorite. I don't know. I love the fact that this dude can just freeze out, like he can freeze with his I guess his face or eyes or something like that. And
Just
no,
such a
sorry.
simple
He can
character.
freeze with his mouth and he can blow out fire with his eyes. Looks so freaking cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Superman's my guy. But and I think I love his backstory too. So that's just me. But yeah, Iron
Jesus.
Man. Huh?
Jared Leto made $3 million off of Morbius,
Wow.
and they only paid Tyrese $500K.
Dang. I mean, well, he didn't do much. He didn't
Yeah,
do
but
much
still,
to offer. But actually, it don't really matter about how much you did. It matters like how much you're getting paid now in the movie. I guess.
Michael Keaton got paid 1.5.
But $3
I
million.
feel like he should have gotten paid more. I feel like Michael Keaton should have gotten paid more for that part.
Yeah, I mean, it's Michael Keaton. Yeah.
I mean, Michael Keaton has quite a bit under his belt, considering he basically did he did a lot of Doctor Who, didn't he? If I'm not mistaken.
I think he did.
Nope, that's the wrong one. I was thinking of Matt Smith. Matt Smith, Jesus. So they picked, Michael Keaton is the one from Spider-Man. I was completely mixing those names. Matt Smith from Doctor Who. Michael Keaton, they paid him $1.5 million, and he was in there for what, 50 seconds? In the
Yeah,
entire
for a
film?
cameo. Like that was
And they
in the
paid him
post credits.
$1.5 million.
For the post credits. Because he played, I believe he played Vulture.
Yeah, he did, but that's insane.
It is insane. It is. I'm not disagreeing with you over that at all, bro. I'm not, man. Yeah, because Michael Keaton was in Spider-Man Homecoming, right, in 2017.
Well, that explains why they couldn't do a few of the things from the trailer, is that he was probably asking millions more to do anything else. Like,
They might have a plan going forward with this Morbius film. It might do a sequel. I want to be mad, and I know people are going to be like, "No, I don't want to see no sequel after seeing that. I don't want to see a sequel." I want to be mad. I wouldn't be mad to see a sequel. I tell you this though, I'm not seeing it in the theaters. That's the one thing I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna see it in theaters.
You will see it?
I see all of my movies in theaters.
You do. You do.
Because of my stupid subscription that I have. Just in case y'all don't know, AMC, $20 a month, 3 movies a week. Includes all this stuff. Not even sponsored. Just a great deal. Includes IMAX and Dolby Cinema. It's the greatest deal I've ever had. But that's how I see all my movies. I just go to AMC and watch them all.
Yeah.
I still doubt that it's gonna be good. I highly doubt that if it comes out ever, it's going to be good.
The only way for it to be probably really good is if they have a better direction, a better narrative, a better plot to be told, have a plot twist, have a climax, just have everything like set up better, precisely. I think also to add more actors and actresses to the film so that you can grow further buzz for the film. And then on top of that, when you do the trailer, when people realize, oh, we're going to see this guy. Like, even bring some superheroes in there. I mean, I don't know. I honestly can't really say the same as this film. I'm trying my best to save it because I'm trying to be a positive Pete to you guys. I don't want to be like every other YouTuber. No offense to every other YouTuber that does this, but I'm not the critical analyst sport where I come here to trash a movie or trash music. You know what I'm saying? As you already know. I know I say that a lot, and I'm very repetitive, and I apologize. But it's for a reason. It's for a reason. We gotta be nice to you guys. Because here's my problem. I don't like people who like to go off of toxic criticism. I see that a lot every day, bro. And it weighs sometimes a little bit on my mental health. Like Twitter should not be existing no more. I think Twitter needs to be banned. I think Twitter needs to, go to hell. And I say that, as in go into developmental hell. I'm not saying that in literal hell. It should.
It's getting there.
It should.
Twitter's actually suing Elon Musk because he backed out of the deal.
I saw that. I did. I saw that.
Yeah.
I got a notification from my cell phone. I was like, oh wow, really?
Well, I mean, the problem is that they wouldn't release actual user data.
Man.
Because their platform is all bots.
Yes. I heard about that too.
It's so great. Everything's so inflated on Twitter. It's so garbage.
I'm just so glad I'm not on there as active as I can be, but I'll tell you one thing, bro. Like, you know, they always say this all the time. You get hit with 100 comments that's really good. You get that one bad comment, it's going to breed, you know, you're going to probably harp on it. But then again, who cares? Who cares? If you're being successful and you're doing you at the end of the day, it shouldn't really matter. But some people don't take it very likely. And I like I say, we got to be careful sometimes because that actually, you know, causes things to kill people. Literally, it does. And so I want to be very cautious of how I'm doing this review video towards the Morbius film. Like I said, I don't think it's entirely a bad film. I just think that it definitely needed work. It needed some improvements. It needed to be better for our quality, for our taste, because me and him are movie buffs. We watch films. I literally watched about probably about 5, 6, 7, 8 films last year in theaters. I think. I enjoyed seeing, I'm going to just tell you, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I had mixed feelings about watching Halloween last year. I did. I was so mad because of the predictability regarding the film. Venom 2, I thought was funny, but was not better than the first Venom. And that's not even a shot at Tom Hardy. You're not even a shot towards, you know, the villain. You know.
That brings us back to Morbius. What universe are they in?
Morbius?
Yeah.
Oh, it's MCU. It's Marvel.
Right. Which one? Because they like hinted at Spider-Man existing.
They did.
Trailer. And then they bring Michael Keaton in here, but actually, they brought Vulture in.
Right.
It's like rift and garbage. So he's not the same universe, but is he from the Spider-Man universe we know? Or is it another one?
Yes.
And does Venom exist in this one? And if so, why? And is he still there? And where is he?
Like I said, bro, it has a desire to leave with more questions than they are answered. Trust me on that. But like I said, we are living in a world where sometimes it's just okay to put out an adult movie. Doesn't matter how the movie may probably suck. By the time you watch it, it's like if we show you like a little bit of a trailer that looks really, really good, then we already sold you on watching the movie. And that's the problem with trailers these days. It's like, don't just sell me on crap. Now, with that being said, the Black Phone I thought was great. Love the Black Phone. In case you have not seen it, you guys, check out the Black Phone. The dude who played Finney Shaw in the film, kudos to him. Kudos to his sister. She was hilarious. There was this one scene where, you know, it's a little touchy for me because I am a believer, and he's a believer himself too. But it was like the scene where she, have you seen Black Phone, bro?
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't seen Black Phone? I thought you did.
I was gonna go see it on Saturday.
Okay, I ain't gonna spoil anything. Okay, for you.
I've got to see it.
For you, my guy, I won't spoil nothing.
Yeah, that movie looks awesome. I mean, it just tells you that you can't win. Like, even if you look at Top Gun, you obviously can't just win off of throwing money at the film and getting a good trailer out. Because Top Gun earned $350 million already in box office. You know what their budget was? Like $15 million.
Yeah.
And they flew real jets. Like, they got real F-18 or F-14. Like, And Morbius is out here throwing $80 million at the film, and they just tank.
Woo! They tank very poorly. Sheesh, man. I feel gutted. I feel so gutted. I really do.
Top Gun?
Huh?
Did you watch Top Gun?
Have I seen Top Gun? Not yet.
Not it, dude.
Check it out.
It's an insanely good movie.
I'll tell you what, I'm putting in my my list. I'm gonna look it up right now, and I'm gonna make sure to watch it because of you. And I'll give you my review. I'll tell you how I feel about it. I haven't seen like literally all the Top Guns, to be honest with you, bro.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I'm gonna check out this one in particular because it did look good and when seeing the trailer. And shout out to Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise always gets a knack for not being a good actor. I don't know. Did I say a knack? I meant the R word. I thought he's a good actor. I think he's a good actor.
It's the puppy arm run that always gets me, dude.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Shout out Tom Cruise. But yeah, you guys, once again, for what it's worth, dang man, I'm always getting tongue tied with words. I can't even actually say words right. I'm always thinking too hard. I don't know. This Morbius film, like I said, if you have not watched it, don't sit here and be like, oh, y'all just putting it down in case you have not seen the movie and you're thinking to yourself, I shouldn't watch it. No, check it out. Enjoy for what it is. You know what I mean? If you can somehow find any enjoyment. But if you just sit here and you're watching it right now and you're thinking, oh, nope, I'm not seeing that film ever because of what you just said here, then do so. But once again, don't let me judge you. I'm not in for you to. I don't want to. I can't please everybody. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to sit here and demand you to not watch the movie. No, watch it if you have to. Like, I'm not one of those guys.
The fact that it released on April 1st shows you how good that movie was going to be in the first place.
Yes. Uh-huh.
You need not watch it. If you want to watch it, don't pay to rent it. Just pirate it. Like, this isn't worth the, I think, $6 it costs to rent right now. So.
No, it's not, man. But by the way, Con, thank you for joining me for this Morbius review. I love your takes on here. Even if some of those takes you were just like, man, I'm just gonna hammer home how I feel. Nah, that's fine. I like teasing you and joking with you about it. But good takes overall, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate you joining me here and sharing your opinions, man. That's all we gotta say with that. So, okay, now the final question I have to ask, and this is just very simple. Did Morbius delivered or not for you?
No.
Okay.
If they had delivered a single scene from the trailer, yep. But none of the scenes in the trailer mattered, frankly.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Every single scene ended up not mattering in the real movie.
Yeah, and left us, like I said, you can't have a movie being done for a superhero take and having us scratch our heads throughout the whole entire thing and just
can't lie to us in the trailer. You
really can't. That's the upsetting part. That's the upsetting part. Like I said, I don't want to blame this on the actors. I blame this on the fact that they went about this direction. I have a funny feeling we're not being told entirely what may have happened, what may have gone wrong. Like, I'm sure the actors were probably like baffled, like, whoa, what y'all do with this? Like, no, this supposed to be happening. That's supposed to be happening. And y'all just take it and ran with it the way y'all wanted to do it. And it just left us just put like this. If it hadn't been out by then, you wouldn't be getting no bad reviews. So there's that. I think it might have delivered in terms of just the acting performances and the sequences of the fighting and somewhat of what the plot was trying to measure up to. However, kind of like want to agree with Colin on this. I do feel like it did not truly deliver on its high expectations. So, with that being said, at 48 minutes during this video, ladies and gentlemen, please do me a quick favor, and that is to like, comment, subscribe, and views. Put your minds out there. No links. We good. All right. Colin, anything else?
No, I'm good.
Here we go. King Life, we are